Are you ready with the questions?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello,
Let's
everyone.
go.
Okay. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this video. And here I am, Siti and who?
I am Kieran, so I am from England and I am also an English teacher.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I am Siti. I am from Indonesia, but now I am in Malaysia. I am an English teacher, but then lately I have been also teaching Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, here what we are going to do is to ask some questions one to another about. So, what's the topic for today, Karen?
Today, the topic for us is looking at how pets are in the UK and in Indonesia. So we'll be asking each other lots of questions and finding out what pet owners do in the UK and Indonesia.
Okay, yeah. So we want to know how are pets in Indonesia and UK, in the UK, like what Karen said. So I have some questions. I have 5 questions already for Karen, and then Karen also has 5 questions for me. Then I'll start with the first question. Are you ready?
Hmm. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, the first question is, so Kieran, in the UK, what pets do people have in the UK?
Wow, in the UK, lots of people have mainly cats or dogs. I think the exact highest is um, cat owners, maybe because they are easier to manage and they don't need walking or playing with for a long time. But also, a lot of people have dogs too because they are lots of fun and they really care about their owners, and it gives their owners a lot of pleasure to enjoy their companionship. But apart from cats and dogs, there are also lots of other pets, like there are also rabbits and hamsters, mice, and gerbils. And
Oh,
a lot of people also have fish and other animals like that, and some birds too.
oh, some birds too. What is that? The other animal that you mentioned? Rabbits, hamsters, and
Gerbils. Gerbils are
uh,
like hamsters, a type of hamster, or a similar
oh,
kind of animal to a hamster. I'm not
oh,
exactly sure how to define it properly,
uh-huh.
but it is similar to a hamster.
Well, could you spell the word for me, please? I'm not familiar with the word.
Okay, let me look it up because I never really needed to spell it before. Let me
Okay.
see. It's a funny name, isn't it? A
It
gerbil.
is. It is. It sounds strange for me.
I hear Gerbil.
Mm-hmm.
Gerbil.
Gerbil. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Gerbil. Okay. So that's
Yeah,
kind of like
gerbil.
it's quite similar to hamsters.
Yeah, it's very similar to hamsters.
Oh, okay.
So, in the way
Oh,
they look.
that's great. Thank you. And you can ask me the next question.
Okay, let me see. So, are there any pet competitions in Indonesia for pets to compete in? Maybe best looking pet or like obstacle courses for pets to run around in. So maybe their owners can take them to these competitions and the pet and the owner can compete as a team.
Yes, I think so. There are some competitions for like what you said, best looking pet. As far as I know, I have seen some competitions for cats and also for dogs and also for I'm not sure any other competitions, but yes, there are some competitions for that, like especially for the cats and dogs. And also there are some other competitions for the birds. So there would be like one place, like such white field like that, and then they would get the owners of the pets, they will bring their pets over there, and then uh, the birds are in the cage, but then they are going to sing. Like they will be like the birds are making some noises like that. I don't know, not noise actually, but they are singing. So they will be competing in singing. Yeah. So I'm not
Wow.
sure how. Is there any kind? I mean, is there any similar stuff in the UK for the birds, like singing competition for the birds in the UK?
I don't think so. I never heard of that
Oh.
before. So
Mhm.
how do the birds know when to sing? So does someone tell them to start singing, or are they
I don't
given
know.
treats or something?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I know so far. And actually, there are also some there are also like some competitions, but then it may cause some harm to the animals themselves. Like there are some like fighting for the fish, like cockfighting. There are also like that kind of stuff, like that for that kind of competition. But actually, they are like those kind of competitions are prohibited here in the Indonesia because they can cause some harm to the animals. Yeah, I think that's all. What I
Oh,
know.
that's good.
Okay. All right, so next is the next question about pets in the UK. Okay, so question number 2 for you. There is winter season in the UK. If you go out with your cats or dogs, because you mentioned that most people in the UK they have cats and dogs as their pets. So the question is, do they feel cold because people they are wearing like the jackets and also like the coats like that, right? Do they feel cold and when they if let's say they are feeling cold, do you put some coats or jackets on them as well? So it's not only you who is wearing the jacket and also the coat, but also them, but also like the pets. So how is it during the winter season?
Yeah, I think most dogs are okay for the winter weather because their fur is quite long and it keeps them warm. Actually, if you see the long-haired, long-furred pets, they are generally warmer than the very short-haired dogs, such as greyhounds.
Mm-hmm.
So the greyhound's fur is very thin, so they need extra coats in the winter. So maybe you only see dogs with very short fur with coats on when they go outside, because most dogs' fur is enough to keep them very warm during the winter and the cold season. But I think there's very few pets that need this because the cats and the dogs they have enough fur to protect them from the wind and the cold temperatures. So I think if you do put a coat on a dog or a cat with long fur, then it may cause them harm because they may overheat. And then it's difficult
Mm-hmm.
for dogs and cats to get rid of the heat because
Mm-hmm.
they cannot sweat like us. So it's only important for dogs with very short fur
Mm-hmm.
in the winter time. So that's what they do.
Okay, that's great.
Hmm.
What about the
Yeah.
cats? Do they go outside during the winter?
Yeah, the cats go outside in all weathers because their fur is long enough and big
Mm-hmm.
enough to protect them from the cold and the wind. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess they get used to it, the cold temperatures, so they're able to cope really well with the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
So they can um, run around at night and catch mice and birds. But they've been doing this maybe for millions of years when
Oh,
they first originated from Egypt.
mm-hmm.
And even in the desert, the temperature can go to zero in the night. So I guess they've always been living with these kind of temperatures and can deal with it very well.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, mhm.
That's great.
So
Oh,
I hope
wow.
it
That's
answered your
cool.
question.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I'm wondering, honey, there is one type of cat which doesn't have any fur, like the bald one. I
Oh yeah,
don't
the
know what
bold
the,
one.
yeah, I don't know what the name is, but then I'm wondering what if that type of cat or that kind of cat is living in a country where there is winter over there. They don't have any fur. They must be freezing. It must be freezing for them to stay
Yeah,
there.
I guess they are just house cats, those
I
ones
think
with not
so.
much fur, so they just stay indoors, I guess, because if you put a jacket on them, then they might um, snag it on a fence or something, and it might rip
Mm,
and pull off, or it might get them caught
mm,
in the coat, and they might not be able to escape. So I don't
yeah.
think they go out, and they just stay indoors to
Hmm.
stay away from the cold weathers.
Yeah. All right. The next question is okay. It's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. Let me see the next question. So, are pets allowed to go outside on their own in Indonesia? And do people feel it is very safe for them to do so, to go outside on their own?
Um, I think most people they will keep their pets inside at home to keep them safe. Yeah, for cats or maybe dogs. So most people they will keep like their cats at home, but then but it is mostly in the city. Like in the city because also another reason why they will keep their pets inside the house is because the owners are worried maybe the pets will bother the neighborhood if they are outside, so that the neighborhood will feel uncomfortable with it. But the thing is that something interesting is that in the village where it's like the area is quite open, then the neighborhood is quite open, then they usually do not keep their cats or dogs inside the house, so they will just let the dogs or their cats just go around the house like outside, and maybe even like play to their friend's house maybe, or maybe go somewhere else, but then still they will come back home. So I think it's different between the situation in the city and also in the village, but then mostly yes, people keep their pets inside the house at their home. Yeah,
Ah, I see. I guess it's
just like
different from.
me. I have my two cats and I keep them in the house.
Yeah, that's good, especially in the city.
Yes. Yeah, right? It can be
Yeah.
harmful for them to go outside.
Hmm. So, do you also worry if you let the cats outside, then maybe someone will take them in and think they are stray? Because sometimes people may think if they see cats outside, it might be a stray and they want to take care of it. So, is that another reason to keep the cats indoors?
That's true. That's true. Because I guess that happens. I have ever heard a story about it. Once I heard a story about it. My friend's cat. Then my friend was worried where the cat was going, and then she was trying to find out where the cat was going. Like she was trying to look for the cat like here and there and everywhere. And it turned out somebody took care of the cat, and then took the cat to like that person's house. But finally, the cat was back. So yes, there is a possibility that situation happens.
That's good. So at least people can keep them at home and keep them away from such disasters like this.
Yeah. But honey,
So
it's my
that's
turn.
yeah, your turn to ask a new
Yeah.
question.
Okay, question number 3. What do dog walkers do? Because it's unfamiliar. Me, according to my experience and my observation, it's uncommon to have dog walkers in Indonesia. What do dog walkers do, and how do people find the dog walkers? And how are the dog walkers usually paid? Let's say, I mean, like how much does it cost to have a dog walker going walking your dog?
I'm not sure. Maybe is um, about £10 for an hour per dog, maybe, because I guess if you have to walk more than one dog, then it gets pretty difficult because if you have two dogs pulling at the same time, then
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be really difficult to control
Mm-hmm.
them, and you need more skill and attention
Mm-hmm.
than what you'd have with just one dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the more dogs you have to take, the double or triple you'd have to pay in terms of how many dogs you're walking. So I
Oh.
guess dog walkers, they mainly um, take their dog, well, they take local people's dogs around the local neighborhood or countryside
Mm-hmm.
to give them a walk. And maybe they have to identify how long each dog needs for a walk. So maybe small dogs need shorter walks and big dogs need longer walks. So maybe they can identify all the types of dogs they have to walk and then um, plan. So maybe, for example, if they have two big dogs and two small dogs, then the dog walker will maybe collect the big dogs first and give them a walk, and then collect the small dogs, and then take all the dogs on a walk at once, maybe for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess by doing that, then the dog walker can give the dogs enough walk that they need and not
Mm-hmm.
tire them out or not leave them with not enough walk.
Mm-hmm.
So where people find dog walkers, normally the dog walkers will post something on social media about a dog walker in the local area, or
Mm-hmm.
they can post advertisements in local cafes to let people know that they are dog walkers, and then from there they can the owners can get in touch with dog walkers about when they need the dogs walking,
Mm-hmm.
how long for, and the instructions on how to collect their dog. So I guess it's
Oh,
all pretty interesting in how
yeah.
they go about dog walking. So I
That's
think
really
that's it.
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is because of my limited knowledge, or maybe because I have just never seen one. But even in my village and then in the city where I come from, and even in Jakarta, I have never seen any dog walkers. Or maybe there are actually dog walkers, but then I have never noticed. But I'm not sure. So it's quite interesting. Okay,
Hmm.
then. So your turn.
Let me see the third question. So, are there many stray pets on the streets of Indonesia? And if so, how are they controlled?
Stray
So,
pets.
hmm,
Yes, many.
hmm,
Mostly cats. Like a lot. Like along the road, like everywhere, anywhere, like everywhere. Like for example, you just go to this way, you'll find some stray cats, and then you'll go another way, you will find like some stray cats. And also, but for dogs, it's like I think it's less common to have like stray dogs. I think okay, we're not talking about Malaysia, okay? In Indonesia, let's say in Jakarta, it's rare to find any it's stray dogs. Mostly, if let's say I take a walk somewhere, then I will find any dogs over there. Then it must belong to somebody. So because usually when they are like stray dogs, usually they are. Once I went to Bali, and then when I went to Bali, there were like a lot of stray dogs along the road. So that's the real stray dogs. But in the city, I think it's quite rare. And the way how they are controlled, I'm not sure if there is any specific way that, especially the government or the people in that area control those stray pets. But yeah, I don't think there is any because last time when I was in Jakarta, there was my friend, one of my friends. She found like a stray cat, and then she was in she got I mean the cat got some injury, and she wanted to help, but then it seemed like she found some problem like where to go, or maybe any specific place that provides any help for the stray cat. So I don't think there is specific control that actually the especially government or the people. have like over there. Yeah, so far no.
Uh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
guess the cat population, which is stray,
Mm-hmm.
can grow quite quickly
Mm-hmm.
if it's not controlled, and that's probably why you see so many
Yeah.
cats on the streets, which is very sad because they have
Mm-hmm.
no owners.
Yeah, that's why, honey. That's why there are some. Actually, there are some people who are really they care about those stray cats. That's why they start to have their own, like their own shelter for the cats. And usually it is based on donation. So they will post on social media that like this is the house for the stray cats, and then they will open donation for the people to help them taking care of the cats, the stray cats, especially those stray cats which got some injury. So yeah, I have seen some not really institutions. It's like a community, like 2 or 3 communities in Jakarta who are doing that action to take care of the
I
stray cats. Okay.
I see. That's a good answer. Very good.
Thank you. Now this is my turn. The fourth question. I think this question is quite similar to your first question. Are there fashion shows for pets in the UK and how is it like?
um, I don't think there are any big fashion shows for pets, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm wrong. Um, there possibly is some, and maybe they get dressed up, or maybe actually, I think there is like a dog grooming competition actually.
Mm-hmm.
So the dog with the best looking fur and the one
Mm-hmm.
that is best made up in terms of washing and drying and combing the dog's fur to make it look really nice. That there are some of them in the UK, but I don't really know too much about them.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine there's all kinds of dogs, from poodles to
Mm-hmm.
Labradors to border collies, and they go to the event, and then they are kind of washed and then dried and then combed
Mm-hmm.
and brushed, so they
Mm-hmm.
are able to kind of look their best. And then there must be some kind of judges who will judge how good they look and then award them points for how good they look. And then at the end, they can identify a winner, second place, and third place. And
Mm-hmm.
I think they may have that competition at the kind of crufts competition, where there's like an obstacle course competition for dogs. So in this, there's an obstacle course that dogs have to run around in, and it's open to all kind of dogs, but mainly the border collies are best at this. These are the
Oh.
black and white ones that chase sheep. So there's all sorts of obstacles like tunnels and um, seesaws to go over, and
Mm-hmm.
they have to go through poles as well, in and around poles. So you have to get around in the fastest time to win this event. So there are also events for individual dogs, and there are events for teams as well, where there are kind of teams of dogs, maybe 5 in one team, and they all have to get around the obstacle course in the lowest number of seconds. So I think that's more popular than maybe fashion shows,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there are fashion shows there also.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I think it might be less popular, the fashion shows.
Mm, well, that's quite similar to what we have in Indonesia then. Yeah,
Hmm.
like sometimes they will like the dogs and also the cats, they look like so beautiful, so pretty.
Wow, I wish I could see it one day.
Yeah, I can share some pictures later on. Okay,
Yeah.
so your turn, please.
Okay. Question 4, right?
Yes.
So, what are the 3 most common pets in Indonesia, and why are these so popular, do you think, to have as pets in Indonesia?
Oh my god. First, the first one is cat, definitely cat, and the second one dog, and the third one. I'm confused. Either it is fish or birds. Yeah, I think like fish or birds. And cats, because they are, most people they love cats because they are cute, and then
Hmm.
they are like playful because we can play with them like that, and also they are pretty. Yeah, they are cute, they are pretty, and also they are fun to play with. And for the dog, and also about their company. So cats can give the owners like such a very nice company. And also I think it's also the same thing for the dogs, but an additional reason for the dog is that the dogs can protect the owners. Like some dogs, I'm not familiar with some types of the dogs, but then some dogs, they can give some protection to the owner, in case maybe the owner like in some danger, or maybe, yeah, maybe in some, or what is it, not really problem, I mean, like, yeah, okay, in some danger, then the dogs can help. I don't know what kind of danger that is. Okay, so that's for the dog. Also, the owners enjoy their company. That's for the dogs. And the third one is either birds or fish. So why for birds or fish? Because they have uh because they have the, honey, like buying value. For example, because of their colors, and for
Oh yeah.
example, yeah, because of their colors. And for the birds, first is because of their colors and because of their skills in singing. So the more like the more beautiful their color is, and or maybe like the more skillful the bird is in singing, in making like some noises, then the value will be like higher, so they can earn money. That's that's why some people take it as their pet. And the other one is fish. The For the fish is also because of the color. Yeah, because maybe some people they like enjoying the fish in the aquarium, right?
Yeah, the
Yes,
aquarium.
the aquarium. So in the aquarium, so it will give them like relaxing experience looking at the water with the fish like that. So they enjoy that kind of view at their home. That's why. Yeah, I think that's all.
Oh, that's great. So now we can move on to the final questions for this week. The
Yes, but
questions.
before moving on to the next question, is there any fish as a pet in the UK?
Yeah, I think there's lots of fish as pets in the UK, and I think they're very popular as well. Maybe the most popular one is a goldfish. So
Oh,
this is like um, an orange fish which comes from the South China Sea. But
oh,
lots of people like to have other colors of fish, so many different colors, so they
mm-hmm,
look really interesting to look at. So
mm-hmm,
I think people like fish because they're very pretty to look at with lots of colors and different markings. So they like to see where they go in the aquarium, how they dot
mm,
here and there.
mm-hmm.
So I guess mainly fish because they look pretty. Because I don't think they can be really too cute or playful with the owner. So I think it's just
Yeah,
the fact that they look pretty.
yes, I think so.
Mm.
Okay, all right. So the last question. Okay, for me, right?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, that's okay. That's that. I asked the question. I asked this question before. I was not supposed to ask this question. Okay, what about birds? Anyone has birds as pets? Wait, I asked
You,
fish. What about birds? Yeah.
birds. Lots of people have birds. Also, they have one of the most popular one is a budgerigar, which they're maybe kind of yellow and green,
Mm-hmm.
and they're only about this size. Well, maybe smaller, like that size. So they're
Okay.
very small, so they don't
Yeah.
create too much hassle. So people keep these in cages and
Mm-hmm.
they can make cute chirping noises. And then they
Chirping.
can, yeah, they can stand on your finger and chirp some nice songs. And they
Yes.
also look really cute as well. So people like to look at them and kind of interact with budgerigars. so
Mm-hmm.
that they can see what they do, and maybe the budgerigar will do some funny things. Because
Mm-hmm.
I remember once my friend had a budgerigar, and sometimes he let it fly around his room,
Mm-hmm.
and we would watch it fly over our heads. It
Mm-hmm.
was so scary but so funny. And yeah, so I think people like budgerigars because they look cute and they make some nice songs.
Honey, how do you spell that? Could you help me with the spelling,
Um,
please?
Let me see, because it's not something I ever spelled before because I
Yeah.
never. So I think you can also call it a budgie for short. So this is
Buji.
spelled Bugie.
Bugie.
E.
Buji.
Budgie. Yeah,
Buji.
these are very small,
Buji bird.
green, and yeah, these are very small and green flying birds. So they're
Okay.
interesting ones. And
Mm,
also, some people have parrots as well, but these are
parrot.
really big
Yeah.
compared to budgerigars or budgies.
Buji.
So these are more difficult to handle because they're bigger and they need more food and they need more space.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing about parrots is they can speak human language. So you can
Exactly.
train them to say words that
Mm-hmm.
you think are cool or funny.
Yeah.
And
Like, hello,
people
good
really,
morning.
yeah,
They can do that,
people,
right?
yeah, people really like to teach them how to speak English language because, or any other language like Bahasa Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be really cool to hear another bird or animal speak in your own language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It must be really funny too. So that's a reason why people like to um, have parrots also.
Parrots. Parrots.
Mm.
Parrots,
Yeah,
right, hun? Not pirates. Parrot,
parrot. Yeah.
not parrots. Okay.
So people have, I think those are the two most popular birds that people have in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Then you also have birds in the UK,
Yeah,
not
we
only in
also,
Indonesia. Okay. The
so
next one?
the last one is, do pets need to get microchipped in Indonesia? And if they do, why do you think this is important?
Oh my god, I don't understand what it means by microchip.
It's like when you have a pet in the UK anyway, you need to, by law, if it's a cat or a dog, if they tend to go outside, then you need to get the microchip. So they inject the cat or dog with a little electronic chip
Uh-huh.
that can be scanned by any pet or pet store or vet in the country to find out who owns the cat or dog so they can be easily returned to their owners.
That's interesting. I've
Mm,
never heard any of that in Indonesia. But maybe there is for like maybe like the expensive pets or something. But as far as I know, according to my experience, like from my friends who have pets and also me, I also have pets, and also my neighbors they have pets. They have never done such kind of thing, like to get their pets microchipped.
really? So there
Yeah.
is no law in Indonesia
No.
that says you have to microchip your pet in case they get
Is
lost.
is that for any pet?
I think it's just for cats or dogs, but
Oh,
it may also be for farm animals as well. I'm not
mm,
sure.
I
But
don't
it's good
know.
because then it reduces the number of stray pets on
Mm-hmm.
the street because if someone finds a pet without an owner on the street, then they can take it to the local vet store, and then they can ask the vet to scan the microchip, and
Uh-huh.
then they can call the owner to tell them they found their pet.
Oh, that's
So
really
I
cool.
think it's very useful
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
lose your pet.
yeah, yeah. Jadi, so
Yeah,
if the
and
pet
to
is lost,
hmm.
then the person who finds the pet, then anyone, whoever it is, she or he can return the pet to the owner. Hmm.
Yeah, to by going to the vets or going to a pet
Mhm.
store where they have the scanner
The
and then they
scanner.
can scan the microchip.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting.
So it can reduce the amount of stray pets in the streets.
That's true,
So
honey.
lost pets are never lost for long, so that they don't tend to raise their own families when they're on the street. So it reduces the stray populations.
Oh, so it is part of the control, like part of like how the stray cats are controlled by by giving the microchip.
Yeah, so they can be found straight away and then taken back to their owners very quickly.
Mm,
Hmm.
that's great. Okay then.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
great.
think yeah, and we have finished with all those five questions. Five questions from me and five questions from you.
It's finished. Well done.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. Okay, okay everyone. So thank you very much for watching. Terima kasih sudah menonton. Jadi kalau teman-teman semuanya ingin belajar bahasa Inggris dengan Kiran, bisa klik link website yang ada di description. Oke? Okay, Kiran. So we'll have another questions and answers again next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye everyone. Bye. Sampai jumpa.